Life in today's fast paced world often feels like a relentless race, a continuous chase through busy streets, overflowing inboxes, and endless to do lists. At times, it seems that every moment is scheduled, leaving little room to breathe, reflect, or enjoy the present. In this setting, the idea of doing less might seem counterintuitive, even rebellious. However, when one slows down intentionally, it becomes clear that the true richness of life often emerges in its quieter moments. This narrative explores the art of doing less and, in turn, feeling more. As I reflect on my own journey toward simplicity and mindfulness, I find that the modern hustle has subtly crept into every corner of my existence. It manifests as a persistent background noise, reminders, notifications, and a never ending stream of tasks. Yet, I have discovered that pausing and intentionally stepping back can transform that cacophony into a harmonious melody of life. This approach is not about abandoning ambition or the drive to achieve. Rather, it is about choosing to narrow one's focus to what truly matters. It means being mindful of how time is spent, recognizing that every moment holds potential value if given the space to breathe. In this exploration, I invite you to journey with me as we trace the contours of a simpler, more conscious lifestyle. Here, each moment is cherished, and every small pause is seen as a chance to enrich the day, fostering deeper connections with ourselves and the world around us. In this narrative, I will share insights gleaned from years of embracing minimalism, essentialism, and slow living. With each word, you will find a gentle reminder to step away from the frantic pace of daily routines and to rediscover the beauty embedded in doing less while feeling the abundance of life's simplest joys. Experience transformative calm. One serene morning, I awoke without the jarring sound of an alarm. The sunlight gently filtered through the curtains and painted soft patterns on the wooden floor. As I stepped out of bed, I felt a profound sense of calm, as if the world had paused just for a moment. With no rush to check emails or scroll through notifications, I embraced the quiet and allowed myself to simply be. I wandered towards the small kitchen and prepared a simple cup of tea, its aroma filling the air with promise and warmth. Along with the tea, I gathered a few vegetables from my garden, appreciating the tangible connection between nature and sustenance. Throughout the day, moments of mindfulness provided little reminders of the beauty in simplicity. I sat by my window, taking in the gentle hum of the neighborhood, and observed the interplay of light and shadow on familiar streets. There was no overwhelming pressure to accomplish a long list of tasks, only the steady rhythm of one deliberate moment after another. Every pause in my day was a deliberate step away from the frenetic pace that often overshadows modern living. I found clarity and purpose by engaging fully with each small act, whether it was watering my plants, reading a cherished book, or simply observing the dance of dust in a sunbeam. This day, structured around small moments and gentle intentionality, unfolded like a well-loved story. Every hour held its own quiet adventure, drawing attention to details that are often overlooked in a busier schedule. I recalled familiar feelings of deep contentment, those subtle joys that emerge when one embraces the present rather than worrying about the next item on an ever-growing list. By consciously choosing to do less, my mind was free to wander, explore, and truly savor the simple moments of life. Every scene played out as a reminder that true richness is not measured by the number of achievements, but by the depth of each passing minute. Embracing this style of living, I discovered that every unhurried moment unfolds a hidden layer of the day, inviting a renewed sense of wonder and gratitude in my routine. The simplicity of prioritizing what truly matters, without the distractions of needless busyness, creates a natural rhythm that nurtures both creativity and inner peace, enriching my entire well-being through deliberate and heartfelt living. Every unhurried breath reinforces my journey towards simplicity. At the heart of my journey lies a simple yet profound philosophy. By doing less, we can truly feel more. This philosophy does not encourage laziness or indifference. Instead, it invites us to cut through the clutter that overwhelms our lives, making space for what nourishes our spirit. The art of doing less is rooted in selective focus, a conscious decision to eliminate distractions and embrace depth. In this process, the diminished quantity of our actions transforms into the enriched quality of our experiences, allowing us to savor each moment with greater clarity and intent. In my experiences with minimalism and essentialism, I have observed that the pressures of modern life often lead us to collect obligations as if they were trophies. We strive to fill every free moment with activity, mistakenly equating busyness with worthiness. However, true fulfillment comes from consciously choosing to step back from unnecessary noise. It is by prioritizing meaningful relationships, creative pursuits, and personal well being that we can reclaim our time and energy for what is truly important. In other words, doing less is not about isolation, but about creating room for authentic connections and moments of genuine insight. This philosophy is beautifully illustrated when I compare life to a canvas. Imagine the intricate details of an overwhelming, cluttered painting. It captures attention, but leaves little room for any one emotion or idea to truly stand out. In contrast, a minimalist composition with its open spaces and deliberate brushstrokes allows each element to breathe and resonate with its own unique intensity. This metaphor reinforces the idea that minimalism is not about emptiness, but about clarity, focus, and the courage to let go of the superfluous. The reward is a richer emotional and sensory experience where every minor detail contributes to a balanced and fulfilling picture of life. When I began to practice slowing down intentionally, I encountered challenges along the way. Habitual busyness had trained me to equate activity with success, making it difficult to trust that a quieter lifestyle could also be productive. Nevertheless, each incremental step, whether it was setting aside moments for meditation, limiting digital distractions, or simply taking long walks in nature, increased my awareness of the profound beauty inherent in stillness. Every such step further unraveled the layers of noise, guiding me back to a more grounded, sincere way of living. Ultimately, this shift from quantity to quality gradually transformed my daily experiences, replacing the pressure to perform with the joy of presence and the fulfillment of feeling truly alive. Each day, as I embrace the philosophy of doing less, I watch my perspective shift gradually. In these precious moments, life reveals its hidden layers of meaning, inviting deeper connection and self-discovery. With every conscious decision to value quality over quantity, my heart and mind become more at peace, echoing the belief that simplicity is the gateway to a richer, more fulfilling existence. In every quiet hour, I am reminded that true joy blooms in spaces unoccupied by excessive demands, truly abundant. Embracing slow living, minimalism, and essentialism has revealed a host of benefits that extend far beyond the physical organization of one's surroundings. I discovered that when clutter is removed, both from my living space and my mind, clarity naturally follows. With fewer distractions, I found myself more attuned to subtle details, the changing colors at sunset, the soft hum of a passing car, or the gentle whisper of the wind that I had previously overlooked. Each simple observation now acts as a reminder that life's true beauty often resides in its quiet moments. Gradually, I learned that the benefits of this lifestyle are not just external. Internally, the pace of my days altered in profound ways. The stress that once accompanied a crammed schedule began to dissolve into a peaceful rhythm marked by creativity and reflection. I noticed that my thoughts, no longer fragmented by constant busyness, coalesced into insightful ideas and genuine inspirations. There emerged a natural balance where moments of rest allowed my inner self to rejuvenate and grow. In times of quiet, I discovered a reservoir of strength and emotional depth that enriched every interaction and experience. Moreover, adopting this way of life nurtured my connections with others. By prioritizing quality over quantity, I found that relationships deepened naturally. In conversations and shared silences, there was a newfound authenticity that resulted from taking the time to listen and engage without distraction. Each deliberate pause created a space where empathy and understanding could flourish, weaving stronger bonds with those around me. It became clear that living slowly did not imply isolation. On the contrary, it enhanced my social interactions by making them more meaningful. Furthermore, the benefits of embracing thoughtful simplicity extend to all aspects of daily routines. Routine tasks, once viewed as monotonous, transformed into opportunities for mindfulness. Whether it was the act of preparing a modest meal or arranging a few cherished items, every task became a ritual, a mindful celebration of the present. This shift from a hurried existence to one filled with intentional pauses has undoubtedly contributed to a more balanced, fulfilling, and joyful life. Living this way has brought an inner wealth that cannot be measured in material terms. I have learned to appreciate the slow unfolding of each day as an ongoing lesson in presence and gratitude. The clarity that comes with simplicity has empowered me to make more intentional choices, enriching every facet of life. In embracing minimalism, I find that the reduction of excess opens up space for creativity, reflection, and lasting joy, ultimately fostering a life that feels both serene and profoundly connected. Every deliberate pause in this lifestyle acts as a reminder that simplicity is the cornerstone of a fulfilling life. To truly embrace the art of doing less while feeling more, it is essential to adopt practical, mindful strategies that transform everyday routines. I began by carefully examining my daily schedule, noting every task, commitment, and distraction. This process revealed small pockets of time that had been lost to habits and automatic behaviors. Recognizing these patterns allowed me to consciously eliminate non-essential activities, replacing them with moments of deliberate pause and reflection. One effective strategy I found was to set clear priorities at the start of each day. I made a habit of writing down just a few key tasks, those that aligned closely with my personal values and goals. This simple practice reduced the overwhelming to-do list into a focused set of actions that truly mattered. In doing so, I freed up mental space and energy, which I then redirected toward creative and fulfilling pursuits. Over time, I witnessed a noticeable shift. The quality of my work improved, and I experienced a greater sense of satisfaction and accomplishment without the constant pressure to do more. Another practical approach involved establishing a digital detox ritual. Recognizing that technology often fuels the cycle of endless busyness, I designated specific times to disconnect from emails, social media, and news. During these breaks, I immersed myself in activities that nurtured my well-being, such as reading a good book, taking a leisurely walk, or simply enjoying the natural sounds of my surroundings. This intentional distancing from digital distractions not only restored my focus, but also deepened my appreciation for offline experiences that bring me genuine joy and calm. I also learned the value of cultivating routines that incorporate regular moments of mindfulness. Whether it was a short period of meditation, a quiet cup of tea in the morning, or an evening walk under the stars, these routines became anchors in my day. Each ritual served as a reminder to pause, breathe, and reconnect with the present moment. In these intervals, I found clarity and renewed strength, fueling further decisions to maintain a life of mindful simplicity. The consistency of these practices gradually turned to a sustaining habit that enriched my overall quality of life. Expanding further on these strategies, I discovered that embracing simplicity meant making small, manageable changes rather than overhauling my entire lifestyle overnight. I started by setting aside just 5 minutes each day to reflect quietly, during which I gathered my thoughts and set an intention. Gradually, as I became more comfortable with the stillness, I extended these moments, allowing them to evolve naturally. Each step, no matter how minor, contributed to a broader transformation, one where routine actions aligned harmoniously with my inner values. In this way, every deliberate choice reinforced my commitment to embracing less clutter and more depth. Continuing on this journey, I realized that the cumulative effect of these small, mindful adjustments was transformative. Each strategy served as a building block in constructing a life that truly honored both productivity and well-being. I took time to observe the subtle shift in my energy levels, discovering that the absence of frantic urgency allowed me greater freedom to explore my creative ideas. Moreover, the simplicity in my daily practices instilled a deep sense of calm and focus that permeated all aspects of my existence. With every mindful moment, I felt more connected to my inner self and the world around me, reinforcing the belief that less truly is more when it comes to experiencing life at its fullest. Every practical step I take builds a foundation for a balanced, joyful life where the art of doing less unlocks endless possibilities abundantly. In reflecting on the journey through slow living and mindful simplicity, I have come to understand that every moment holds endless potential for transformation. By choosing to do less We create a space where our true self can emerge, enriched by the beauty of deliberate living. This journey is not merely about simplifying our environments, but about embracing a profound, continuous process of inner growth. The practices of minimalism and essentialism provide a framework for cultivating a life that values quality over quantity. As I pause to contemplate the path I have traveled, I see that the challenges I once faced have given way to a newfound clarity and peace. The deliberate act of slowing down has allowed me to reconnect with my inner voice, to listen more deeply to what truly matters. In this state of awareness, the world appears less overwhelming and more wondrous, each moment inviting a fresh perspective and a renewed sense of gratitude. Now, standing at the intersection of busy routines and mindful stillness, I am encouraged to continue this journey with unwavering commitment. I invite you to reflect on your own life. Consider the small, daily choices that accumulate into a more meaningful existence. Embrace the art of doing less as a path to feeling more. Let this be a gentle call to reclaim your time, your energy, and your inner peace so that every day becomes a canvas of vibrant, intentional living. In the end, it is through these mindful choices that we discover the profound joy and fulfillment inherent in truly being alive. May this journey inspire a gentle transformation in every aspect of life. With each mindful decision, we pave the way for a more peaceful, intentional future filled with purpose, connection, and heartfelt joy. Embrace simplicity for a vibrant tomorrow.